One of the greatest ways to introduce heritage makers is by using a PowerPoint presentation and following that along to introduce the concept of heritage makers and how to get started. And many consultants do this through DigiCrops as well as virtual workshop presentations online. So you can use this PowerPoint to, I'm going to walk you through this PowerPoint, which is what I use for virtual workshops and at my DigiCrops. And if you decide that you want to do a virtual workshop presentation, you can use a couple of different online screen sharing companies that will help you share your PowerPoint and invite your users to view it online. GoToMeeting.com is a good one. There is a charge if you use GoToMeeting.com, but there are two other ones, AnyMeeting.com and FreeScreenSharing.com. And if you decide that you want to do an online presentation, you can use those two for free. Many consultants have upline directors in Heritage Makers that have a GoToMeeting account. So ask your upline director if you can use their account if you don't want to get your own. So what I usually do over here on the left hand side, it kind of shows you the PowerPoint and what it looks like. And you just follow this along. PowerPoints are really helpful because it helps you stay on track what you want to say, and also gives a little bit of pictures and things. So this is my welcome screen. Welcome to our Heritage Makers studio. And generally, if I'm doing an online presentation, I'll add a text box here that has the call-in number, so that if they're calling in over the phone, they can call in that number. And then this is just the presentation. I'm just going to walk you through what I do. Another thing that is really helpful is on your PowerPoint presentation, you can make little notes here. See on my next page, you can make little notes of what you want to say so that it reminds you of what it is that you're doing. So on the first slide, I like to give a recap of what I love about Heritage Makers, why I chose to get involved with this company, what I love about our products and what I love about our business, and briefly explain my experience with Heritage Makers. The next slide here is, again, you could put some notes about what it is that you want to say. You can even print off your PowerPoint to follow along as you're doing your presentation, because basically what you'll want to do is view the slideshow. You'll click play slideshow and it'll only show you the PowerPoint. It won't show you these little tabs over here, but you can print out a PDF or you can print out your notes so that you can follow along with your slides. The first thing you want to share is what Heritage Makers is and describe that it's an online personal publishing system, and you can just read exactly what you've got on your slide. The next thing you want to share is why it's important, why Heritage Makers was created in the first place, because of storybooks and because we feel like telling the story and capturing that memory behind the photo is really, really important. So that's the next slide, kind of explain why this is important and explain how it works, how Heritage Makers works. It's a personal publishing system where everybody has their own account, and it's an online web interface accessible from any computer and things like that, and how easy it is. It's just a 3-step process to upload your photos and share your photos. My next slide, I talk about, I want to give my guests an idea of where their photos are. Are they in a closet? Are they in a computer? Are they boxed up? Maybe they're still on their camera, on their SD card. Get them thinking about where their photos are and what kind of stories they can tell that go behind those photos. Kind of get them thinking about, if you don't do this, who else is going to? And we just explained why this is important, and so they can do it too. This is a slide that just says Heritage Makers can help you go from this to this. Basically, it's go from photos to putting those photos behind, or the story that goes behind those photos. So give them an invitation to join the Heritage Makers community of thousands of publishers that are nationwide. There's online resources, a Facebook page where they can connect with others, and really fun classes. Another thing you want to get them thinking about is what they could create this year as they think of all the events they've got going on in their lives, birthdays, holidays. Who do you have that you need to give a gift for? Maybe you're doing Christmas cards. There's a whole lot of things that people can do with Heritage Makers, and so it's good to get them thinking about all those things that they could do. My next slide, what I'll do is I'll pause my PowerPoint and go over to my Heritage Makers account and get online and actually show them the system. You don't want to take a lot of time doing this part, but you do want to demonstrate Heritage Makers and how easy it is to upload photos and then drag and drop those photos into a template, as well as how to start from scratch. Keep this to about 10 to 15 minutes and let them know that there are additional resources that are available for learning the system. Not only will you help them because you're their personal publishing consultant, but we have our Heritage Makers channel on YouTube. We have classes that they can take, and that's included right in their studio account, as well as they can connect on our Facebook page and get more information and more resources. So then you're going to tell them, okay, here's where you need to get started. You need to get started with publishing points and explain to them how they purchase publishing points. Every one of our products has a point value, and as a basic account, everybody gets a basic account, and you can purchase point however many points that you need. Make sure that they understand that a basic account comes with a limited amount of templates because they have a limited amount of artwork and 2 gigabytes of photo storage, and they pay near to retail price with a basic account. But a lot of the things that they're going to want to do, they're going to want to be able to have access to Premiere content, so they can also purchase Premiere if they'd like to, so that they have not only all the artwork and all the templates at their fingertips, but they also have unlimited photo storage. So just to kind of explain how they get in with points and which type of accounts they want to have. Then I like to express that the best value for Heritage Makers is to join my club. And I explain Heritage Makers Club and how that works, and that there's 3 different levels of club you can sign up for, as well as a one-time sign-up special to get points, 50% off. And at any time they can purchase additional points. And the cost for those additional points will depend on, whether they're a basic member or whether they're on Club HM. I also like to share that we have additional savings, additional monthly publishing specials. If they check out and publish whatever the monthly special is that particular month, then they get an extra 10%. And it's a good time to point out what the current special is and maybe what is upcoming in the next, couple of months. Another thing I like to point out is that they can host a workshop for free. They can do a DigiCrop or a workshop or a studio demo or an online workshop and explain how a party works and how they are the host of the party, and they will get rewards depending on what their sales are for their party, as well as everybody at that party can receive a free greeting card. They receive publishing points put in their account, enough to make a free greeting card. I also like to mention the business opportunity, and at the very beginning I kind of explained why I love my business, but this is a good time to point out that consultants really get the best value on Club. They get the best price because as a consultant that's on one of our clubs, you get an extra 10% off if you're a Silver Club member, so that makes your savings even more. And if you're a consultant on Gold, when you purchase your publishing points and then you check out, when you publish and you're on Gold, you receive a 50% off discount, and so that's really, really huge. This is my favorite slide. This helps me sell Club to my clients, and it's this comparison between a basic client and a Club client. If you were to be just a basic client and you purchased a year of Premiere plus 360 points, you would get all these things by utilizing the host rewards that are available to you. So for $400 as a basic client, you would get 453 points, a year of Premiere, and 2 half-price items. Now, that is also upfront. Like, they have to pay $400 right up front. Whereas if you're on Club and you go on the 40-point a month Club plan, over the course of a year, you would have spent $410 and you receive 580 points for that same money, just $10 more. And it's more easier to pay for because you do it monthly and you get those points planned monthly. At the end of the presentation, I just say thanks for joining us, and to contact you for a little bit more information, or the consultant who invited you to the presentation or to this DigiCrop or whatever it is that you're doing. And that is all there is to your presentation. Make sure that if you do this presentation in a virtual workshop format, that you follow up with a personal phone call. If you ask them at the time that they register for the call, if you ask them for their email address and their phone number, then you'll have that information and you can give them a call back. And then you can ask them questions. What did you like most about the Heritage Makers, and what did you learn, from the presentation, and how can I help you get started? Where do you think you want to start? So that's just a really quick little training tutorial on how to use virtual workshops and how to use the PowerPoint presentation to have successful virtual workshops. So I hope that you give it a try, and I hope that it works for you. And if you have any questions, then just let me know. Thanks a lot.